Michael, last debate of the presidential cycle, thoughts, go.
Listen, I think it was a non-event. I mean, it was an event because it was a presidential event. I don't know that this is going to change the face of the election in one respect at all. Here's the thing, these debates are about moments. No moments emerge from this debate. We as Americans remember moments in debates. They change a tide. There are 12 days left or something absurd like that. And you know, there's one candidate who's outside the margin of error. This was not a bring it back within the margin of error type of debate. The other thing about debates is Donald Trump did better this time than he did the first debate in Cleveland. But you don't win by doing better. You just do better. And I don't know that that a tie is good enough for Donald Trump here. And I think that this will go down as a tie debate. I can't imagine an undecided voter who was swayed by this debate. There may be some, but this was not a swaying debate to me. That's my take.
Michael, can I jump in? I'm actually surprised that you're saying that. I think Biden's performance tonight was his strongest performance of any debate, including the Democratic primary debates. And I know he's only had one other debate with Donald Trump, but he came prepared. He was sharp. He had good comebacks. Well, the only times I personally cringed was, on issues where Trump pretended to attack Biden from the left, and unfortunately Biden fell for it. But that's just me, right? Like I'm thinking about the general public, and he did really well. I'm surprised at how well Biden did. I'm happy with it, and I feel like there might be some, I guess, independent voters who might be swayed by his performance tonight. But I'm curious. You don't think so?
I think you hit on the most important part of this. I don't think tonight, I sort of think en masse, this election season, we came into this hearing that Joe Biden has dementia. We came into this as many Democrats came into this fearing what these debates would be like. He would bumble and stumble, he wouldn't know his stuff. And I think you absolutely make a great point there, Anna, which is this was an entire season of vindication for Joe Biden. It's over, he can exhale now, and I think that is the takeaway from these debates. I just don't think it's a moment, it's a general sense. And I think that, in one respect, you're right, in that it does sort of reinforce the comfort that a lot of people were starting to get about Joe Biden, that he was not just capable, he was sharp. And I tweeted that I'd forgotten about dementia with him, because this is really something that we came into this with. And so your point is really well taken. And I think it's important to remember that that's what these debates were about from the beginning. And at the end of the debates, America sees that this is not a man with dementia.
Yeah, I mean, look, if anyone's got dementia, it's the guy saying, I know wind better than you do. You did nothing about healthcare. I can't believe you passed Obamacare. Okay, so unprecedented madness has a interesting line here. And then I have a response. So it's from our member section, tyt.com/join to become a member.
Cenk, can I interrupt for 1 second? What are bits?
Bits are just ways of donating on Twitch. That's all.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. I have my own sets of questions, like what is Dragon Squad? But anyway, unprecedented madness writes in, guys, I'm sorry, while I agree with your analysis, but I think you're missing the point that the fact that Trump acted somewhat civil will give him a boost. Mainstream media will be gushing all over how presidential he was tomorrow. Well, I hear you on that, and I think you're right to be concerned. But first out of the gate is Jake Tapper and he said Trump behaved more like a regular person at the debate. He lied a lot, but didn't seem to set himself on fire.
Come on, Jake.
Not what I would call a glowing review.
But even still, I mean, like there's a huge asterisk to that, and the asterisk is they had to cut his mic.
Yeah.
They had to cut his mic.
But also,
so we don't. Go ahead, Michael.
We're nearly 4 years into this presidency. It is too late for this man to be presidential. If he looked better tonight than he ever has, fine. He is not presidential as we have been accustomed to it. So even if that's what comes out tomorrow, the demeanor. But you know what he wasn't tonight, that Joe Biden was? He wasn't empathic when he had the opportunity to be. And this country needs empathy now, maybe more than in any of our lifetimes. And I think it's super important to remember that. Joe Biden seems empathic, and Donald Trump, when given the opportunity on the stage at a time when he looked better than he did 3 weeks ago, was not empathic. And I think that's important.
One quick thing there, we can't stress that enough because of how impactful 220,000 lives are, but also take away the fact that Donald Trump had no substance. Like, he was more measured, but by being more measured, he didn't get to perform his show. And without being able to perform his show, it really showed that he had no substance, he had no details, and he did a lot of whining. He did more whining than he did all the other bellicose times that he was in the last debate. So I think even in his performance being a lot more gentle, it really didn't play in his favor.
Yeah,
totally agree.
Totally.
Yeah, and on the issue of empathy, Riley Vision wrote in on Super Chat saying, when they wrapped up talking about the lost undocumented kids, Joe Biden said 525 kids lost, and Trump responded with good. And so, yeah, that's unbelievable. And the press is now also pointing out, first of all, it's 545 kids, but Trump never said he was going to reunite them with their parents. He said, well, where they're staying is clean. So what are we going to do? Keep those kids for the rest of their lives in clean cages? Is that his answer? I mean, you want to talk about lack of empathy. I would say out of all the horrible things that Donald Trump has done, that, right or wrong, probably resonated the most with people. The kids in the cages, right? And he's unprepared for the debate. And then he comes in, and when they bring that issue up, he says, good, and at least they have clean cages. Oh, I mean, we're used to how horrible Trump is, so our bar is super low for him. And we're trying to figure out if he crossed the lowest bar, cleared the lowest bar in history. And we got it as a tie on whether he cleared the lowest bar in history. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.